Hello, hello everybody. Happy afternoon. I am just getting my day started. My husband, I got him his Christmas present a little bit early so that we could enjoy it during Christmas time. So we got a new TV. So they were busy installing that this morning. So here I am. Hi Josh, hi Amber. I am here to finish our Martha Washington balls. So I'm just going to share this to my personal page in a couple of groups. If you guys could do the same, I would really appreciate it. I do have my double boiler started. So if you've never double boiled before, you just use a pan and then a bowl on top of it. Make sure that the water cannot come in contact with your bowl. So I have that going right now just to melt my chocolate to roll my Martha Washington balls that we made last night. Hi Janelle, how are you? How is the new place? So my Martha Washington balls were in the deep freeze all night, so they are frozen solid, which should make it easier to roll them. I don't think it'll stop it from being a mess or a pain, but it'll be fun. So I'm just sharing this to my personal Facebook page, and then we will get going. I am also making Rice Krispie treats today. So I didn't know that a simple Rice Krispie treat recipe was in my grandmother's cookbook. So I did go online and I found a Rice Krispie recipe that is a little different than what I am used to. It sounds really yummy because you cook the butter until it's brown, so it gives it a really rich butter taste to it. So we are going to do that recipe. I do have my chocolate on a double boiler right now to melt it up a little bit to roll our Martha Washington balls. Hi Sonia, how are you? If you guys are just jumping on, if you want to share my page on your personal Facebook page, try not to do a watch group. Unfortunately, if we do a watch group, I don't get to talk to the people that are in it. For whatever reason, I can't see their comments. Only the person that started the watch group can. Enjoying the house, still settling in. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's nice you're close now. And I think my cousin Blake and his wife just moved to Rapid as well. So I might be in the area more often. All right, you guys, I have that shared to my personal Facebook page and a couple of groups. If you guys do the same, that would be awesome. I am going to do my best to roll these Martha Washington balls. I told my mom last night that I was making them on my show, and she laughed and said, oh my gosh, how hard. And I told her I hadn't rolled them in the chocolate yet, and she laughed and said that was the worst part. So while you do your double boiler, you just want to keep stirring the chocolate around so that it doesn't burn to the bottom. It's just a process of gradually heating it up. People can melt chocolate in the microwave and things like that. But this is just a process to slowly bring it up to temperature so that it's easier for you to roll your Martha Washington balls. So that's what I'm doing right now. How is everybody? They were in the deep freeze all night long. If you guys didn't catch my show yesterday, I made 2 variations of the Martha Washington balls. One has just pecans in it, and the other ones have pecans and coconut. With your double boil, you don't want it too hot. So when it starts to boil, Kingston, do you want some, I made some chicken nuggets? Okay. You don't want it too hot, too fast. You don't want them to burn. You just want them to melt gently. So, yes, it would be great, Janelle, to get some family together. My mom and grandma will be here for Christmas, so that's exciting. And then it sounds like my mother-in-law is going to be here shortly after Christmas, which is awesome. She actually comes in the same day that my mom and my grandma leave, and they do actually get to see each other in passing. So that is good. How is everybody today? We are just making super simple Rice Krispie treats after we roll these Martha Washington balls. We made them last night, so if you want to learn how to make them, the recipe is on there from last night. Like I said, there's two variations, one with coconut and one without if you're not a big coconut fan. My grandma has never made them with coconut before, so I don't think you're missing anything if you don't put it in there. So we're going to get this chocolate melted up. And then I did have somebody tell me last night that they sometimes use butterscotch on the outside instead of chocolate. So I'm going to do a little bit of both. So that is my plan, as long as it is not too hard. So I have another bowl to do the butterscotch. So we'll do a few balls in each. And Madison, I've been watching it. So yeah, I mean, I would say like 2 more minutes. If we still have this many people, again, right away from the start, we will do another giveaway, you guys. We did 3 last night. If we do another one today, that would make 4. And then, they're not ready to eat, buddy. He is over here on the hunt for some Martha Washington balls. So we are gonna roll them, and then we need to put them back on tinfoil or a non-stick surface. So I'm gonna lay out some tinfoil so that we can roll them on there. You're gonna help me? Okay. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to turn the heat way down on my double boil so that we can do a giveaway. I'm just gonna come over here really quick. I'm gonna stir this up. I have the heat turned way down, so hopefully I don't burn all of my chocolate while we enter everyone's name in really quick and do a giveaway. Let's get ready. If you guys want to do a giveaway right here, right off the bat, here we go. Comment your name if you want to get entered into the giveaway, you guys. That's the way that works. If it's your first time watching, I do giveaways when I hit 25, 50, 75 live views that stay there for longer than 5 minutes. It's my way to show my appreciation to you guys, because I wouldn't be able to do this if I didn't have people watching and viewing and hanging out with me while I cook. So that's how I give back. If you want to get entered in, please just comment your name once as we get started so that I don't have to double back and double check if I have entered you in already. So when you hear me say your name, I am typing it in. Jerry Hauser, Madison Morris. It always autocorrects your name. Madison Morris. All right. Jasmine, Stefan, Misty, Feather, Brianna. How is everyone doing today, you guys? It is a super cold, super wintry, Brianna, I got you. Super cold, super wintry outside. Icy Rose, the only bonus that came out of it. So I got Brianna, Sarah Peterson, Sherry Harlow. The only good thing that came out of it is our window of delivery for our TV from noon to 8 p.m. They called me at like 11 and asked if they could come early to avoid the crappy roads. So, all right, so I got Sherry Harlow, Kingston. That's enough, honey. Okay. I know, baby. I bet I'm talking and trying to type at the same time. So it's hard for me to talk to you, type, and do this. All right, so I got Sherry Harlow, Janet Zaleski, Rosemary Cruz, Brianne, you should be at my house, and for that, I shouldn't even enter your name in. My friend Brianne has been complaining that she hasn't seen me, and her lazy butt is probably still in bed, you guys. All right, nice, your tree's going up today. Mine's been up for like 2-3 weeks now. You guys saw it in my live video. All right, you guys, so I've got Jerry Hauser, Madison Morris, Jasmine Stefan, Misty Feather, Brianna Chichario, Sarah Peterson, Sherry Harlow, Janet Zaleski, Rosemary Cruz, Bree Sattler. If you didn't hear your name and want to be entered into the giveaway, please type it now. If you heard your name, please don't type it again. Joey Andrade, Kristen, Gustin, Misty, it's a winter wonderland out there. Kind of worried about driving to work. Other than that, it's relaxing. Yeah, I'm sorry if you have to drive to work today. My husband's going to drive to town for us and get some groceries and stuff. And I guess there was a semi overturned on the highway, and that's super scary. Shelby, hi Kelly, hi Shelby. How are you guys? How is the weather where you are at? If you are just now watching, if you would share on your personal Facebook pages, I would appreciate it. Dee Dee, Austin. We are just entering names in right now to do a giveaway, you guys. We have had 25 viewers for longer than 5 minutes. And so this is what I do to show my appreciation. I'm just stirring my chocolate over here, trying not to burn it for our Martha Washington balls we are about to dip. My son is being super naughty and is playing with them. Horrible blowing snow. Oh man, that's not fun. Elisa, you can help me in just a second, buddy. I know, buddy. He's been waiting too long, you guys. Sweet boy. All right, Tracy, Klein, you guys are just commenting. Yep, but they have to stay there for longer than 5 minutes, Jerry. And we are just entering names in to do a giveaway. I will start the timer for this one. We are just entering names in for a giveaway. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. I painted my cupboards myself. They used to be the same color as our floor. I did that like 2 months after I had my son. It was quite a project. I have a lot of cupboards in my kitchen, and I took all of them off and I painted them, and it was exhausting. I'm originally from Las Vegas, Nevada. I lived there for 18 years, you guys. I graduated high school and I moved up here. Lived here for like a year and a half. Moved back to Vegas for 9 months. Moved back up here, and then met my husband a year later. And the rest is history. We're married. We have 2 kids. And welcome, Melissa. You are here for your first time. We are making, well, we made last night Martha Washington balls, but we do need to coat them in chocolate. So that's what we're going to do this afternoon. Please sit on this bar stool. Thank you. And then we're going to make really yummy Rice Krispie treats. My grandma just has a basic recipe in her recipe book, and I'm working my way through my grandma's holiday treats in her recipe book. She has just a super, super basic one. So I went online and I found one that just kind of spices it up just a little bit. So that's what we're going to make. All right, you guys. So I've got the last couple people that commented. Our numbers have fluctuated quite a bit. So if after we do this giveaway and I start cooking and that 50 stays there, we'll jump off and do another one. I would like, Sarah, since you were the last one to comment, can you pick a number between 1 and 10? The number that she picks will be the number of names we pull until we get a winner. Yeah, so Roxy, I'll enter you in there at the very last second. Welcome to my kitchen, you guys. I am Riley. I am Mom Fueling Hungry Boys. I just started this 2 months ago. I'm not a professional. I have never gone to school for anything like this. I have 2 kids, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, Kingston and Grayson. Grayson is taking a nap and Kingston is here to assist. You made Rice Krispies today, Sarah. Good. I don't know if you heard me. Sarah, if you would pick a number between 1 and 10, and then we can, okay, perfect. 8. I am not in Minnesota. I am in North Dakota. Minot, North Dakota. Please stop, Kingston. Don't rip it. Thank you. He is antsy, you guys. He, whenever he knows treats are being made, he is ready for them. Okay, so number 8, Tammy, I'm going to enter you in, and then we are ready to go. Number 8 is going to be our winner, chicken dinner. When I pull your name, I do erase it after it's been pulled so that it raises the chance of other people to win. Ooh, we got sound effects this time, you guys. So number 1 is Dee Dee Austin. I am sorry, Dee Dee. No such luck. Number 2 is Roxy Blake. Number 3 Kristen, Ghostine, sorry if I am butchering your name. Number 4, Rosemary Cruz. Number 5, Sherry Harlow. Number 6, Madison Morris. 7, Tracy, sorry girl. And number 8, Elisa Clark. If I am saying your name right, Elisa Clark. Welcome to my page. You are a winner chicken dinner. If you will message the Mom Fueling Hungry Boys page your shipping information, I will send you off a gift. My gifts are usually kitchen and food related. If you want to check out my page or my website, both have pictures of, let's keep you over here. Both have pictures of what other people have won on my show. So congratulations, you guys. Thank you for 25 live views that stayed there for longer than 5 minutes. You're new and you won. Double bonus, that means you should stick around and hang out. You've got good luck on the page. All right, you guys. So we've got our chocolate. It has been double boiled, you guys. I am going to keep the water on the stove. I don't know, buddy. I'm going to keep the water hot on the stove so that if we need to reheat this chocolate to help us work with it, it won't be hard. Thanksgiving was good, Tanya. How was yours? How is everyone's? All right, you guys, the biggest challenge is going to be trying to remember which ones have coconut and which ones don't. So I'm going to take a Sharpie and write a C on the tin foil so that I know that these ones have both pecans and coconut. If you didn't catch my show yesterday, it's basically, you guys, I don't know what the best way to do this is. My grandma said she uses a wooden spoon in hers, but I don't see, this is why my mom laughed at me. So it's basically powdered sugar, sweetened condensed milk, vanilla, butter, pecans. These have coconut in them. All right, you guys, so we'll see how this goes. We've got our first one done. It was fun in the snow. It's kind of hard, buddy, but thank you for offering to help. What'd you guys do in the snow? We have a little bit of snow, but not enough to really go out and play in it. It's actually just super cold and icy. Our trees outside are all covered in that frost. So if you guys have never dipped anything in chocolate, it's not fun. I'm doing my best. I have a fork so that the chocolate can kind of drip down. Hold on, please, Kingston. Drip down off of my fork. Our our Martha Washington balls are frozen so that it is easier to roll them in this warm, yummy chocolate. So I roll it with the fork, you guys. I don't know if you can see all that well. I roll it with the fork, and then I just am trying to tap off that extra chocolate. It's actively snowing where you're at. Elisa, where are you at? Where are you from? It just looks really gloomy outside for us. Not a lot of snow coming down per se. Not really sure. I know we were supposed to get a winter storm coming in. I don't know. The only good thing is my mom is coming for Christmas, and she said she would be really, really sad if she came for Christmas and there was no snow on the ground. So she's at least getting what she wants, and there will be snow on the ground. Hi, Sue. How are you? Mom. Yes, Bree. I dip, you dip, we dip. Yes, Kingston. What are you trying to ask me? It's not a game, sweetie. I'm sorry. If you want a game, you're gonna have to go grab one, okay? He is a little antsy. Daddy just left and brother's taking a nap. So
I don't know what's this for.
they're ads to sell me stuff. It's not good. It's not to play. He's so confused, all the fun colors and stuff on my computer screen. Valley City is just getting pounded with snow, I guess. First time my young adults, the snow was very overwhelming. First time have driven in it to Vegas. Yeah, my first winter here, let's just say, so my mom has AAA for us for roadside assistance, and she called me about halfway through the winter, my first winter here, and said, Riley, we have one more roadside service for the rest of the year. Do you think you can stay out of the ditch? So, easy for her to say. She was warm in Arizona. A ton of snow in Bismarck, too. Auntie Brie will be coming to visit after she grocery shops. So, knowing Auntie Brie time, that's going to be in like 4 hours. Snowing here, good. Trying to build a garage. Why are you trying to build a garage in the wintertime? So this is how it's kind of going, you guys. It's dipped. The chocolate is, I used, like I said, so in the recipe that my grandma posted or put in her recipe book, her recipe calls for paraffin wax in her chocolate. I can never find it. I always look at the wrong time of year. I also try to look super last minute. So I was out shopping yesterday and was looking at Target and the grocery store and stuff and could not find paraffin wax. It's usually in the canning section. But it's not canning season is what the grocery store people always tell me. And they look at me like I'm crazy. So I don't have wax in my chocolate. What that may cause an issue is my chocolate won't be shiny when it cools. Also, it may not be as hard and stiff when it sets up. But because I knew I wasn't using the paraffin wax, you guys, I decided to use a lot of bit more expensive chocolate, a higher grade of chocolate. I was hoping would give me a better result as far as shininess and stuff like that. So I got the semi-sweet baking Ghirardelli chips. So we will see how it goes, you guys. I used these 4 years ago, I think, to make the rolls because I couldn't find the paraffin wax back then either. That's basically it, you guys. If you are confused about the paraffin wax like I was, it's just to shine and stiffen your chocolate. Kingston, why don't you go watch your show, buddy? What's wrong? He's super fussy. He should be taking a nap, but he's revolting against naps lately. Snowing here, trying to build a garage. Only time to do it is the 4-day weekend. Yes, I'm glad you found me too. Kingston, please stop or you're going to have to go to bed. Yes, Kingston. You don't like waiting? Honey, I don't know how you want to help me. I don't know what you want to do, buddy. It's just kind of hard I usually let him help you guys, but I'm not really sure how he's going to help me dip this stuff in chocolate without him getting chocolate head to toe. I don't know how you want to help. Can you please stop whining, Kingston, or you will go to bed? What you should do is sit there and be quiet or go play in the living room. How about eat some chicken nuggets? You can help with the Rice Krispies, okay? Go, and then I'll grab you when we do the Rice Krispies.
I don't feel good.
What doesn't feel good? So, welcome to my page if you're just now tuning in and have never seen me before. I am Mom Fueling Hungry Boys, and I am new at this. This is an adventure of mine. I'm going to do one more in the chocolate with the coconut, and then I'm going to switch to the no coconut, and then do the other half in the butterscotch, you guys, if I have enough chocolate. So I am not a professional. I'm a busy mom of 2 boys. I am a stay-at-home mom, though. I am blessed and lucky for that. So I do have time to make these videos for you guys and try out new recipes with you guys. If you ever run into a recipe on Facebook or online somewhere and you really want to see how it'll be but you don't want to, if you don't want to cook it, if you're scared or intimidated by a recipe, send it my way. My favorite thing is to try out new recipes for you guys and let you know how they are, or give you tips and tricks to maybe some bumps that we run into along the way when recipes are worded funny or they have techniques that we've never heard before. You know, some people, 4 years ago, before I had started baking, I didn't know what a double boil was. So things like that. I also had some requests from some of my viewers for Weight Watchers recipes. So I did work in a Weight Watchers recipe to my December recipes. I also found a frosted sugar cookie that was gluten-free for December as well. So I did have that request from one of my viewers. So I do take it into consideration. If you ask me for a specific recipe, I have a website and it is up and functioning now. And if you ever have a hard time,
These are kind of drying off.
yeah, they're gonna dry up. That's what we want. If you are ever having a hard time printing any of my recipes off of Facebook, if any of the videos aren't playing or are glitching out, please feel free to go onto my website. And on my website, I have all the links to the YouTube videos, and it has recipe cards there to print out. Remember, I marked if it was coconut or not coconut, and now I switched to the not coconut one, so I better mark it. So I have recipe cards on my website, some PDFs you can print off, things like that that are a little bit more user-friendly for somebody that struggles with Facebook at all. My great aunt Sheila, she has a really hard time printing the recipes off of Facebook, so she really likes my website, my Facebook, for that reason. So we are just dipping our Martha Washington balls. I am going to just use the rest of this chocolate, and then we're going to switch to butterscotch. Then we are going to make these yummy Rice Krispie treats. And what makes them different
Christmas.
is besides the fact that I found some yummy Christmas Rice Krispie treats, which are like green and red, I found a recipe that uses brown butter. I have just recently made a recipe with brown butter. They were brown butter cupcakes, peach cupcakes. And it's a process, but it was so worth it, you guys. I don't know if you have ever like cooked butter or sauteed butter to the point where it has turned brown. Not burnt, but brown, and it gets this really warm, sweet, nutty smell to it. And it's delicious. It tastes like way richer. It's phenomenal. So it was amazing in the cupcakes I did. So I found this Rice Krispie treat recipe, you guys, that uses brown butter as well. So what you do is you just have to have a little bit of patience when you melt your butter so that you get to the point where it is browning but not burnt. It's a very precarious way of cooking, but you guys, it is so worth it. So if you guys want to peek over at these, so you can tell what that wax would have done is kept them shiny, like this, how it's shiny. The wax would have kept it that way. You guys, this is the kind of thing, I should have put an apron on, but I did not. For the second day in a row, for whatever reason, I feel like being messy and smearing chocolate everywhere and wearing chocolate, you guys. So we are just rolling these Martha Washington balls. It's a long process, you guys, and I know it's probably boring. So if you want to pop off and cruise my website or hang out on my Facebook page and look at some of the giveaway winners, invite some of your friends to like and follow my page, because if we hit where are we at? So our most recent goal was 1,500 likes and follows on my page. So our new goal is 2,000 likes and follows, and we hit that. I do 2 giveaways, one for the follows and one for the likes. So if you are tired of watching me dip chocolate. I don't blame you. And if you want to pop over and invite your friends to like and follow my page, I would appreciate it. There, you go over to the community tab on my page, and that will show you a button that says invite. When you click on that button, it will give you the entire list of all of your Facebook friends. What you can do is, if you know your mom, your grandma, your sister would like something like this, just go through, type in their names, hit invite, and hit the send it button. Or if you want to be super awesome and get us to that goal super fast, click the select all button and hit invite all and send it out there. The worst that could happen is that they don't like or follow the page, but at least you guys tried. And you know, you have, let's say you have 500 friends and 5 of them, you know, liked it. We are just that much closer, you guys. It's really, that's all it takes. Every once in a while, I get somebody that sends the invite to all of their friends, and we hit goals like crazy that way. My son is super antsy, you guys. He's crawling around the kitchen table. So, we are gonna let him try it out, you guys. It would be a mistake to pop off. My 5-month-old is listening to you. Yeah, it might cause hysteria if your kid is listening to my soothing voice, and that's awesome. That's cute. All right, you guys, so what I'm going to do, my kid is super antsy, so I'm going to do what any mom would do. I'm going to let him try one, okay? Would you like to eat one?
I want the dry ones.
Yes, you can eat the dry ones. All right, you guys. So let's see what my 4-year-old thinks. Let's get him turned around here, of a Martha Washington ball. We'll get you this one. Oh. All right. So here's our dried Martha Washington ball. He said before he even really bit it. What do you think?
Good.
Yeah? Go. Okay. Don't forget to wash your hands after.
Okay.
I would say they are a success. I gave him one with coconut in it. And I would say I like the ones without coconut. Coconut is good. It's just a super overpowering flavor and texture to me. So I feel like it's definitely a preference that somebody would need to have. You don't want it, buddy? Will you bring our water back? My son loves sharing my water with me. Okay, you wash your hands, and then we can take a drink. He loves sharing my Yeti cup with me. My friends got me a super awesome cup because I have a slight obsession with Minky blankets, and so it says Minky Addict on it. All right, so we are basically, you guys, one without coconut is so much better. So much better. All right, so we're gonna wash our hands, and then we're gonna melt up some butterscotch. But what I'm thinking, oh man, you guys, this chocolate is on there. We'll do the best we can, get the chocolate off my hands. All right, we're gonna melt up some butterscotch, you guys. So, it says on the bag to only do a little over a cup at a time. But who listens to directions and somebody telling you what to do? So I'm gonna dump them all in there. Yes, you guys, they look really good. There's Kingston's. It's super sweet, you guys. Super, super sweet. So, it's definitely like one'll do you. Every couple of hours eating one of the candies, because it is definitely sweet, sweet, sweet. I am going to pop this over here, you guys. So this is our double boil if you missed it in the beginning. I needed a little chicken to go with my Martha Washington ball. So,
Here.
thank you.
I take a drink already.
Okay, thank you. So we have our double boil going, you guys, and I have my butterscotch chips inside of a heat-safe bowl. You always want to make sure you're working with heat-safe things. So, if you are going to make Rice Krispie treats with me, you guys, you will need Rice Krispies. I got the holiday kind. How cute. Mini marshmallows. The recipe that I posted, I am going to have that recipe. Only half of it because 24 Rice Krispie bars, we don't need that many in our house. So, I only got one bag, but it does call for 2. Vanilla, salt, and butter. Okay? So if you're going to make those with me, you guys, that's what you need. I'm going to throw this away really fast. All right. We're going to get that up to a boil. I was thinking maybe I would try to do the Rice Krispie treats while this was melting, but that made me kind of nervous. So what we're going to do, I'm going to find our Rice Krispie treat pan that we want to use. I think it calls for a 9 by 13. I think in both my grandma's recipe book, wherever I put that. Here it is. Yep, 9 by 13 pan, you guys. Jamie, you are live and in color, girl. No replay here. Hello, hello. So, a 9 by 13. We are gonna prep our pan for our Rice Krispies as well. Just a simple 9 by 13 pan. What I'm gonna do, it calls for tin foil, to lay tin foil in it. But you guys know me, I like my parchment paper. We'll stick with the tin foil, I guess. I got this new tin foil at Target, you guys. You guys probably laugh at me, you've seen it for years and years and years, but it's non-stick tin foil. Obviously, tin foil, you guys, is supposed to... Tin foil is supposed to not stick, but my luck with tin foil, that's not always the case. So, I found this, and it's really nice, you guys. Super slick tin foil. So we're going to prep our pan for our Rice Krispie treats. So the goal is just to inlay this into your pan so that you make 8 batches for church camp. You are a saint, Lori. That is a lot of Rice Krispie treats. So the main goal is to just cover the inside of our pan so that the Rice Krispie treats don't stick, but also have some overhang on the edges so that when they're all done, you just pull the edges up and pull the Rice Krispie treats out so that you're not digging or having to scrape at your pan. So that's ready for our Rice Krispie treats, you guys. They do say to also spray. Of course, my grandma puts her name is Pam, Grandma Pam, and so anytime she says you need to spray your cooking thing with anything, it's always Pam. This Pam spray, because she thinks it's cute that it's her name and it's the name of the cooking spray. These butterscotch chips definitely melt a little different than chocolate, or at least the chocolate that I melted. Excuse me while I munch at the same time, you guys. All right, so melting or butterscotch chips. If you are just now jumping on, you guys, we have done about half of our Martha Washington balls, and we did those in chocolate. These have coconut in them. These do not. So we did about half and half. I mean, as half and half as I can go. And now we are going to do the other halves in butterscotch. I can't remember who recommended it last night, but they said that sometimes they do that. And I thought, hey, why not? Add a little different colors to them, different dimensions. I let my son try one of the Martha Washington balls. He, I don't think, liked it because he left it behind. He also isn't a huge sweets kid. He wants it all the time, but he doesn't ever finish anything. So I would say my opinion on it is I wouldn't add the coconut. My grandma never made them with coconut, and maybe that's why I don't like them with coconut in them. But the coconut is such a strong, powerful taste that it kind of overshadows everything else. So I would say if you don't like coconut, full force make it without coconut. They're so good without it. All right. We have our double boil going, you guys. You want to make sure that you're moving them around so that they don't burn. I'm going to turn this down just a little bit so that you don't want the water to come in contact with your chocolate. And mine was starting to come up over the edges. And that isn't good. You don't want wet butterscotch or wet chocolate, you guys. So we are going to get this all melted up, and then we are going to roll the rest of our Martha Washington balls. They're going to be so yummy. Yes, but then if I did that, then I wouldn't get to eat whatever coating I decided to put on the coconut ones. It should be okay. It's not the end of the world if someone takes a bite of it and realizes there's coconut in it and they don't want it and gives it to somebody else in the room. My goal is to send like 95% of these to my dad so that we are not eating them. That's my goal, you guys. That's my goal in life, is to get the sweets out of my house so that I don't eat them. Because I'm super strict with my kids, so they don't ever really get sweets. And it's kind of hit or miss with my husband. He really, really, really liked that apple pie I made for Thanksgiving. And so he's been eating that like crazy. But I'm not sure how he's going to feel about these. So I'm just going to send them off to my dad because I know my dad will love them. And I have his Christmas gift for him. I got it at Barnes & Noble yesterday. And so I could have just bought it online and sent it to him. But I thought let's get a little personal with Dad and let's send him some treats with his Christmas gift. Right, you guys? I mean, yeah. So, you guys, we did 3 giveaways yesterday. We did 1 giveaway today. It's so awesome, you guys. You guys are so awesome. I love hanging out with you guys. It's so much fun to hear about people's different baking stories and see the different recipes that people have tried. I did post, you guys, I posted my December cooking schedule. If there is anything on the schedule that you would like the recipe for right away, just send me a message or comment on the post and ask for the recipe. There's no problem there. There just won't be a video ready for you until I make them. A lot of the dinner recipes I got from my Australian friend, so I'll be making those for the first time. But the dessert recipes, all the way up until we get to the 2 sugar cookie recipes at the end of December. The rest of those, you guys, are still coming from my grandma's cookbook. We are just working our way through. My grandma has an awesome cookbook, and she has a holiday treats section, and so we have just been working our way through that. So if you are just now watching for the first time my show, some of the things that you have missed and can find on, I would recommend my website. Facebook is impossible to scroll for eons through all of the stuff. Just go to my website if you want any of the recipes. No-bake cookies, date rolls, Boston cream fudge, peanut butter haystack stacks, pumpkin rolls, double dairy bars. Now we're at Martha Washington balls and Rice Krispie treats, you guys. So if you have any interest in that whatsoever, just go on my page and, oh man, I'm not sure. I feel like this butterscotch, you guys, is going to be really, really thick to roll them in. Did I not buy the right butterscotch? A Yule log. I don't think so. That doesn't sound familiar. We've got lemon squares, peanut butter fudge, Reese's peanut butter balls, apricot fudge, double chocolate mint dessert. Double chocolate mint dessert, you guys. If you like those little mints at Olive Garden, the little Andes mints, it's a cake, an Andes cake. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it tastes like. It's a cake in an Andes mint flavor. It's awesome. Praline bridge mix, cheesy ranch Chex mix, and cream cheese coconut treats. So, Elisa, am I saying your name right? Elisa, what is a Yule log? I am super confused by this. This butterscotch, you guys, is more like a peanut butter consistency. It's not getting melty. I'm not really sure if you guys have any guidance. This is kind of what my show is about, you guys. It's kind of hit or miss sometimes. I ask for help. I'm not a professional. We work our way through recipes so that I work out all the kinks before you try to make it. But look at how, like, it's thick. It's not, I mean, I don't know. I just want you to know that you are the cutest and you're enjoying my videos. Thanks, Brooke. You're so sweet. That's such a nice thing to say. I'm glad you are enjoying my videos. You guys, I'm not sure. It's like, it's not really melting until it comes in contact with something else. And that's weird. I've only ever put like butterscotch chips into like cookies and scotcheroos and stuff. So this texture is kind of confusing me. It's a cake with cream that's shaped like a log. So I made, the pumpkin roll is like that. So, you know, it's shaped like a log and it's got cream cheese frosting on the inside of it. So is there a specific cake that your family uses for a Yule log? You guys, this is so weird. It's like not melting until I touch it with the fork. SOS, you guys. Butter or a little oil, you think? Yeah, a little butter. Because this is just weird. A teaspoon of Crisco when she melted chocolate and butterscotch. I have Crisco too. It's probably expired now because I don't use it for anything. But yeah, if we thought chocolate was hard, you guys, this butterscotch is going to be a nightmare. So let me, do you guys think salted or unsalted butter? Or I do have, oh, this one has coconut in it. I would prefer to use butter because I like all of my calories and stuff. So who am I kidding? Trying to bring you guys along. I'm sorry if it makes you totally motion sick. So I mean, I guess let's throw in some butter, you guys, and see what happens. Like, how much are we talking? Like a tablespoon? Onto the floor, you guys. My dog just ate it. Oh, that's awesome. Welcome to the kitchen of Riley. I have two dogs that are faster than I am and catch everything that hits the ground. They eat it first and ask questions later. Sometimes they end up spitting it back out when they realize that it's not something that is edible, like a piece of paper towel or napkin or something. Okay, you guys, let's see. I think that's doing the trick. I just hope that the butter that I added doesn't stop it from setting up. You guys, I mean, it helped for a second, but now it's like back to this weird consistency. Oh, I am so confused by this. It doesn't say anything in the directions for the butterscotch chips that I looked at. It didn't say I needed to add anything to melt it. So, woo! Maybe my double boil is too hot, you guys. That's possible. All right. So, my pan is still hot, or my bowl is. So let's see if I've gone past the point of melting, and that's my problem. I need to bring it down. What a bummer, you guys. If it is gonna be this much of a problem, I will just move on to the Rice Krispie treats and save you guys the pain and agony of watching me try and make this butterscotch work. You guys, this is so weird. Is it not? Like, I added a bunch of butter, you guys, and this just is not working. I've never had butterscotch do this before. Weird. Yeah, it didn't say. I mean, I don't feel like I did that much more than it said. It said 1 2/3 cups. And I don't want to say there were that many more chips than that. But we'll see what we can do, you guys. It is so weird. It is the weirdest, gooeyest, but non-stickiest concoction ever, you guys. Like, I can mold it and it doesn't stick to my fingers. Is that because I added the butter? You guys, this is the weirdest thing. If this is what happens if you melt too much together, they need to say that. I'm gonna write a strongly worded email. You guys, I should not be able to do that with this. That is dorky. But we're just gonna go with it. That looks like yours all the time. Okay, well, you know, this is actually a little bit more fun than, a little bit more fun than dipping it like chocolate. So we're just gonna go with it. This is the weirdest thing, you guys. I'm literally like molding it like Play-Doh around my Martha Washington ball. Let's scoot you guys back so you guys can see what the hey is happening right now. I feel like, Kayla, I've already put in so much butter that I'm scared to add anything else to it, because the butter helped initially. It looked really nice and it started to melt, and then it turned into this weirdness again. So I'm thinking as it starts to cool that maybe I got it too hot. I think my double boil may have been too hot, you guys, and that's my problem, because it's a little gooier as it cools, which is interesting. But like I said, so I'm not a professional, and this is why I do things on live video, so that we can troubleshoot things that happen, because there's nothing worse than trying to do a recipe that you've seen online and you can't figure out what you've done wrong, why it's not working, what you're supposed to do to change it. So I like to troubleshoot things, and I ask for your guys' help because I am not a professional and I do not know the answers. So I ask you guys for the answers if I don't have them. Also, I ask you guys so that you, who can pop off really quick and Google something where I can't necessarily Google while I'm trying to stick butterscotch onto my balls. It's interesting, you guys, super interesting the way this is working out right now. Hi, Ella. Welcome to this madness today, you guys. I was crazy last night, and this stuff is crazy today. I don't know why my butterscotch is not in a liquid form, but we're just going with it, and we are molding the butterscotch around our Martha Washington balls so that I can just get them done and over with. Yeah, so, you know, I would just say, if you're going to do the butterscotch, don't do a double boil. Just stick her in the microwave according to the instructions and do it like that. Because clearly, butterscotch does not like the double boil recipe. So what we're going to do is cross our fingers that they will actually set up around our Martha Washington balls once we're all done so that we can eat them. But if not, I'm going to just freeze them anyway, and they'll be nice and hard and ready to go. You love butterscotch, Ella? Well, we've got butterscotch and Martha Washington balls, which are sweetened condensed milk, powdered sugar, coconut, butter, and in half of them, I have coconut as well, and pecans. So, and then we are wrapping them in chocolate and butterscotch. I say if you don't want chocolate or butterscotch, I don't have enough chocolate or butterscotch for all of them, and I don't see there being a problem with just keeping them frozen and eating them as they are without a coating on them, because they are so sweet already. They don't really need more sweet on them. But we're almost done, and we get to go to our Rice Krispies, you guys. I am so excited to try these brown butter Rice Krispies. If you have never cooked with brown butter, you guys, you do not know what you are missing out on. I feel like maybe there's too much butterscotch on this one. Whoops, nope. It just pulled part of the ball off. Yeah. Okay. You guys, let you look at my beautiful creation while I go wash my hands. So we did a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of butterscotch, and then I do have some left, some Martha Washington balls left, that I am just going to stick in the deep freeze with the rest of them and just eat them without the chocolate on them. All right, you guys, Rice Krispie treats, here we come. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 left is all. And the rest are butterscotch and chocolate chips. Use a peanut butter chip to coat them. That would be yummy, but with the way this butterscotch turned out, you guys. Oh, man. All right. But that's done with, and we're going to move on to our Rice Krispie treats, you guys. So, I'm moving all of my bowls out of the way so that we can get this going. I'm going to shovel another chicken fry in my mouth. Okay, here we go, you guys. Let's do this one. My mother-in-law got me this, you guys. Super awesome. Dutch oven. Never owned one before. It's beautiful. And she gave it to me. Chicken roast? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, my chicken fry. Yeah. Lunch is right here. And I'm just going to eat while I cook because this is the way of a mom. And I forgot to feed myself lunch before I got on here. So I'm feeding it right now. All right. So welcome back, you guys. If you are watching right now, if you would do a super huge favor and share to your personal Facebook page and just let them know that the Martha Washington Ball Madness has ended and we're on to the Rice Krispie treats now so that we can get some of our people back that got sick of watching me dip my Martha Washington balls. Okay, sounds good. I'm going to grab my iPad and my computer, and I'm going to share it again one more time. Oh, I'm a chicken to try the peanut butter. I don't have any. I would do it if I had them. Maybe, maybe not. Hi, Trout. How are you? So let's share this onto my personal Facebook page again and letting everybody know that the madness has ended and that we are now officially onto the Rice Krispie treats. Officially on to making, the Rice Krispie treats. All right. I almost shared it to my Mom Fueling Hungry Boys page, and that would not do me any good. I'm glad you're good, you guys. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to cut this recipe in half. I don't want to make that many Rice Krispies. It calls for 8.5 cups of Rice Krispie treats, and that's a lot of Rice Krispie treats, you guys. Hi, Evelyn. How are you? All right, so you need, when I say the measurements, you guys bear with me. I am just going to say what they are if you want to half the recipe. If you want the whole recipe, it is in the description of this video. So we need 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter. We are going to add salt back into the recipe, so you don't need salted butter. When you pull your butter out of your sticks, or you pull your butter out of your packages, keep your packages. These things are the best to use to push your Rice Krispie treats down. They don't stick to it, and it's awesome. So keep those if you pulled your butters out of there. We are going to melt our butter into this pan. How was your flight, Evelyn? I'm glad you guys were able to make it. I'm sure landing was a little scary, but I'm glad that you are back. I think, yeah. So that's awesome. I'm glad you're back. I missed you. Favorite cooking channel. Thanks. Okay, so we're going to melt our butter. So like I said, this is going to be a little different than your regular everyday Rice Krispie treat recipe, which are fairly simple. The difference with this is we are going to spend a little extra time and love on our butter. Thank you, Kayla. I'm in love with it too. You guys, the story behind this. So my mother-in-law forgot that we were flying and not driving to see her in Minnesota, so she hurried up and bought all of our Christmas presents so that she could send them home with us. Well, so she got really excited to show us all of our gifts, and she pulled this sucker out. 15 pounds is what this weighs with the lid. She pulls it out, and I was bound and determined to get it home with me, so I did. So we ended up having like 15, 20 pounds of extra room in all of our suitcases to put the boys' presents in, my husband's presents, and stuff like that. But my husband, super awesome. He got the gold medal. He took everything out of his carry-on backpack that he carries onto the plane with him and just stuck this in it. And carried 15 pounds of a Dutch oven onto the plane with him through security and everything. I mean, bless his heart to get me my present. I left the rest of them, all the other presents that she gave me, I wrapped them and put them back under the tree. But this sucker was getting used, you guys. Okay, so the difference with this is we are going to spend some extra love on our butter. We are going to... Okay, so it recommends in the recipe that you use a pan that is lighter in tint like this, so that you can see as the butter starts to turn colors. You have a really hard time doing that if the bottom of your pan is black or any of those darker colors, and it's something you really, really need to focus on. So in over medium heat, you are going to swirl the pan occasionally to make sure that the butter is cooking evenly, but other than that, you're just going to let it sit there and cook, you guys. Like I said, the goal with this is it starts to bubble, it'll start to foam, and then the color process will start, and it will start to change. It will go from this yellow hue, and it will slowly turn into an amber color. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that amber color. You will start to smell the nuttiness from the butter. It sounds interesting, and I definitely, the first time doing it, but you know for sure when it starts to smell like that, it hits in your brain, and you know that it started that process. So what you are wanting it to do is bubble foam, go from yellow to golden to toasty brown, and then once you smell that nutty aroma, you're going to pull your pan off the heat. You'll see bits of golden brown sediment in the bottom. That's fine. You can keep that in your pan. If it gets any darker than the golden, you can strain it off and then pour the butter back into the pan. But that's where a lot of the flavor is. So if it is just a golden color in the bottom of your pan, I would say keep it because that's the flavor that's there. If it's any darker, it will taste more burnt and you don't want that. Hi, Chrissy. How are you? We are making Rice Krispie treats, you guys. They are like the basic Rice Krispie treats. The only difference being that we're going to do a brown butter part of it. So it's going to change the flavor to be a little richer. We are adding salt and vanilla. We are using unsalted butter, you guys. It's going to be so worth it. I don't know if anybody has ever cooked with brown butter before, but it is so yummy. The flavor and aroma that it leaves behind is worth the time that you spend melting the butter. How is everybody doing, you guys? I am eating my lunch. I'm making Rice Krispie treats. We finished our Martha Washington balls. They're over there on the counter. Our butterscotch is setting up, you guys. Anybody that was here for that butterscotch fiasco? Starting to set up. When I touch it, it's not ooey gooey. Okay, so it's starting to burble a little bit. All right. So, while this is doing this, you don't want to walk away from it. You want to focus on it, but we can get some of our other ingredients ready so that we can throw it all into the pan at once. Okay, so what we're gonna do, it calls for 2 10-ounce bags. Thank you, Kristen. It calls for 2 10-ounce bags of marshmallows. Like I said, I'm making a half recipe, so I just have 1 10-ounce bag. So I'm just gonna open this sucker up so that it is ready to go once our butter is ready. So once our butter is ready, we're gonna pull it off the heat and we're gonna add our marshmallows, our vanilla, and our salt. In this recipe, it tells you to, if you're using the 10-ounce bag, to reserve 2 cups of marshmallows on the side. So I'm gonna turn my heat down, you guys. You don't want it too hot because then it'll burn. So you're gonna, guys, watch this and try and see when it changes colors. I'm gonna set aside a cup of marshmallows. The reason being, we are gonna stir some of the marshmallows in after we have melted the other ones so that they stay little pockets of ooey gooey yumminess. That is the reasoning behind it. So I'm just gonna pull out just a cup of these to stir in later. So here is our 10-ounce bag, you guys. We also need, it's burbling, you guys. You want it bubbling, you want it to start to foam a little bit. My dogs are hearing all the noise and they're like, let's get in there. You guys hear it burbling. So we are just gonna patiently wait for that to change colors. I had a towel on my cord, so I couldn't pull it any closer. We're gonna need, it says 3/4 a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and that's for the full recipe. So I'm just gonna probably do a little over 1/4 of a teaspoon, you guys. So I'm just gonna grab that out of the cupboard. So that's ready for us to do. And we need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So get your salt ready, your vanilla ready, you guys, your marshmallows. Because once we have this, smells nutty, take the pan off the heat, and then we're gonna dump in our marshmallows, our vanilla, and our salt, and then we're gonna place it back on the burner at medium heat. Thank you, Kristen. I got it at the fair this year during the concert. Chase Rice, if anybody likes his music. I went to his concert at the fair and I got a t-shirt. So, just kind of swirl it to make sure it's cooking evenly, you guys. So we are going to take this off once it's starting to turn colors a little bit. Then we're going to dump all of our marshmallows, our vanilla, and our salt in, and then we're going to return it to heat until it is completely melted. And then we're going to remove it from the heat again, add the cereal, stir and stir and stir and stir, and then we are going to add the reserved marshmallows until they're just barely softened. You don't want to over mix it. And then, because you want little pockets of goo, and then we're going to transfer it to our baking sheet. We're going to use our little butter packet to push down the Rice Krispie treats. So, that's starting to smell nice and yummy, you guys. So I'm going to need 4 1/4 cups of Rice Krispie treats. So I'm doing these holiday ones, you guys. How fun. I'm so silly. I didn't even know that you could just buy these at the store. Super awesome. How fun. I'm also thinking I have like little cookie cutter things that I buy every once in a while. They go on sale at the grocery store. So I think I'm going to just, instead of just slicing them into squares, I think I'm going to do little Christmas trees. How cute, right? Instead of adding salt, can you use salted butter? Yes, if you prefer that, brown butter, I believe you can still achieve it with the salt in it. I think I used salted for my muffins or my cupcakes that I made. I normally don't use unsalted butter either. So I'm starting to get the little bit of sediment in the bottom, you guys. It has not turned a golden brown. The sediment hasn't yet, but it is there. So we know we are starting this process. We are just over medium heat. Nothing too crazy, nothing intense. You don't want it boiling because you will get to that golden brown way, way, way too fast. Sherry, I would say yes. I believe so. I want to say I used salted the last time I made brown butter. So, pardon me, my nose is always running. I don't know why. It's been like that since I was a kid, and I don't think it'll ever stop because my grandma has the same problem. So, we're cute. Whenever we're out, one of us will carry the packet of tissues. How is everybody? Did anybody get out and do crazy Black Friday shopping? Okay, you guys, that sediment is starting to turn golden brown. So I'm going to pop you guys out of here really quick, as gracefully as I can. All right. So, can anybody see? I'll move it. Do you see that sediment in the bottom? I would flip my camera around, but the last time I did it, it caused this flashing. And I don't want that. So, if you see, you guys, do this to it. So, it's starting to foam, which is a good sign as well. Oh, it's starting to smell good, you guys. So, we are getting there. We are getting there. Pop you guys back into this. So what I'm going to do, when I pop it over off of the heat, I'm just going to put it onto a pot holder right here, just so I don't have to go too far and move the camera or anything. All right, you guys. We are getting super close. The smell is starting to get really rich. Smells super good. What I describe it as, the smell that it reminds me of is grilled cheeses, you guys. It is a super fine line between brown butter and burnt butter. So please be careful. Woo! Ooh. I've never had it pop like that before. It might be this pan. Okay, you guys. I think we are there. Let me pull it off for a second. It's still hot. It's still kind of cooking it, so I'm going to just be a little careful, mix it around because I don't want that sediment to get too dark. All right. So now we are going to, oh, it smells so good, you guys. I wish you guys could smell through the phone. Okay, so we are going to add in our marshmallows. If we can get it out of the bag. Super gooey marshmallows. They are stuck in there. Invert the bag. Pull them off of the bag. Alright, get our marshmallows in here. Then we're going to add our vanilla and our salt back in. If you want to change it up even more than this, you can use different cereals. My husband loves Fruity Pebble Rice Krispie treat things. And so you just switch out. It's the same recipe essentially. You just use a different cereal. Super yummy. When I do the Fruity Pebbles, I do an icing with it. All right. Super good, you guys. So it's still hot, the pan is, so I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a stir, get that butter on those marshmallows before I go back onto the heat. Oh, they smell good, you guys. Holder wanted to stick to the pan. All right, so we're returning it to the heat until these are all nice and melted, you guys. You want it nice and melted. They smell so good with that vanilla and that butter. So if you see, I do have my flakes in there. I do like the flavor that they add, but they will, obviously, those will be visible in your Rice Krispie treats. So if you don't want them looking like that, you can use a strainer, those fine wire strainers or a sifter, pour it through that, and then just return the butter back to your pan before you add your marshmallows and vanilla and things like that. So we are going to just do this until it is nice and melted, you guys. You don't want to see any of those chunks from those marshmallows. I am just making half a batch. You will be working with a lot more. It calls for a little over 8 cups of marshmallows for the full recipe. All right. We are getting there, you guys, and then we are going to take it off the heat. We are going to add our cereal. We're going to do 4 cups, I believe is what it said. And then, I think 4 1/4 cups. I'm going to double check. I'm going to say that's how many it was. Yep. Because it's 8 1/2 if you do the full recipe, you guys. You don't want to burn your marshmallows. You don't need super extreme heat. I have mine on my lowest setting. Yes, Charlene, super yummy. If you've ever had any brown butter recipe before, the brown butter, it's going to make a world of difference in this recipe. It's going to be so creamy and so delicious. All right, so we're going to pull this off. Then we're going to add in. So remember, you guys, I'm just doing a half recipe. So I'm just doing 4 cups. It calls for 8 1/2. I did a little bit over 4 as I was pouring. So you're gonna just mix this in with the cereal, you guys. I keep forgetting that the handle of this guy is warm. So you just want to get it so that all of your Rice Krispies have yummy marshmallows all over them. Don't want any dry spots where there's not ooey gooey-ness to them. They'll get nice and stringy, you guys. Yummy, you guys. Yummy, 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 yummy. All right, so now another difference in this recipe than just a basic Rice Krispie treat is we are going to add in, we reserved about a cup of our marshmallows from our bag, and we are just gonna I'm gonna spread this out a little bit, and I am going to drop these in, and then you just want them to barely get soft and melty. Don't want to over stir them or over mix them like we just did with the rest of these Rice Krispie treats, because you want little pockets of marshmallows. So I'm just gonna fold those in. I'm gonna add a couple more into here. These are so sticky. I'm not sure why. They must have gotten too warm in the kitchen or something, because they are just super sticky marshmallows. All right, fold it again. Just kind of spread these little pockets of ooey gooiness around. It's like cereal sticking to my finger, sticking to the marshmallows. That's a big chunk. I'm trying to keep my chunks small so that we don't have huge pockets of marshmallows, but these marshmallows are not cooperating. So just kind of move it around so that you can get a little bit of marshmallow pockets all over to add just a little bit of ooey gooiness. My grandma in her recipe, my grandma in her recipe book said that you can add marshmallows, you can add little pieces of Reese's peanut butter cups, different things like that. So if you don't want to do little pockets of marshmallows like this, you can do little pockets of Reese's peanut butter cups, M&Ms, regular chocolate chips. All right, so I don't want to overmix this. We are going to take this. I'm going to back you up. Move you guys this way. Make sure you guys can see. We are going to push our Rice Krispie treats into our pan. Kind of just drop them in there, you guys. And then, if you remember, I had you guys keep your butter wrapper. We are going to use our butter wrapper. Oh man, you guys, that butter is so good. Yum. Okay, we're gonna go like this. Okay, you guys. So I'm gonna get real here for a second. I typically don't like homemade Rice Krispies. There is something in Rice Krispie treats that, you know, the ones you buy in the store, something in it, you know, the processed sugar or whatever it is, that I absolutely love compared to homemade Rice Krispie treats. But these right here, I'm kind of scared at how good they taste compared to Rice Krispie treats I've had before. I feel like when people make them themselves, they're super bland. I don't really like the marshmallow flavor in itself, so they just kind of are bland to me. And these are so good, you guys. So do you see how nothing stuck to this, you guys? How awesome is that? You just push them around. You're gonna make them tomorrow. Add 2 cups of all berries or fruity Cocoa Pebbles, 4 cups of regular Rice Krispies, and make them awesome. Yes, I want the spatula like you have. I would use it all the time. They're awesome. Good to know, Kayla Rose. If you ever win, I'll buy you one of those. Dad, hello. How are you? 6 cups of regular Rice Krispies. I also increased the butter a bit. Good to know. That is a nice tip, you guys. Increase your butter if you're using a different cereal. Dad, you are just now popping on. These aren't your average Rice Krispies. I made brown butter Rice Krispies. So, there they are, you guys. Yeah, super awesome, you guys. If you've ever struggled with Rice Krispie treats sticking to your hand, a spatula, whatever it is, just this butter wrapper right here. You can touch it all over and it doesn't stick. Super, super awesome, you guys. Just a little tip for you. So we're gonna wait for these to cool, and then I'm gonna do little Christmas trees for Kingston. And then I'll just eat the outer edges that aren't trees. All right, you guys, thank you for hanging out with me. We dipped our Martha Washington balls in chocolate, and I molded them with butterscotch. You guys, they hardened, but I don't know, that was so weird. This is the one that I actually rolled in butterscotch, and it looks a little rough. So we did our Martha Washington balls. We made our Rice Krispie treats. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. We also did a giveaway. Make sure if you did win my giveaway that you message me your shipping information so that I can get a gift off to you guys. I plan on getting all 4 of the giveaways that we've done in the last 2 days. I plan on picking out some gifts today and getting them sent off hopefully before the end of the weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. If you have any questions, just comment and I will be happy to respond. If you have any tips or guidance on why my butterscotch didn't do what it was supposed to, please help me. Thanks for hanging out again. Bye, guys.